My sister has a teddy bear, a scary teddy bear. I do not know why, but it creeps me out. It is just so disturbing to me. The thing has eyes that look so real, it's as if it was made from a real bear and its face was just blank and unsettling. I first started to get weird feelings about the bear when my sister first got it. She was only a baby at the time, and I was about 4. We have a dog, you see, and he has a habit of eating things, so my mother always had to put it up on the small cabinet in the corner of the hallway upstairs. Every time I went up those stairs, I saw that creepy bear suddenly glare around the corner at me as if it was watching me. This wasn't the weird part. It started to get really weird about 5 years later at the age of 6 or 7. My sister had lost interest in the bear, so my mother just threw it in the old toy cupboard. The only problem was that the cupboard is in my room. By now I was 9 and was old enough to stay on my own and go to bed without any assistance, so every night I would get into my bed at night and turn my lamp off. This is when it got scary. As I was getting some sleep, I had suddenly remembered Mom putting that teddy in the cupboard. I slowly turned to look over across my room to see it through the glass. My heart suddenly stopped as I thought about the horrors the plush has caused me, but at the age of 9, I wanted to grow up and lose my fears, so I just shook it off and put my head on my pillow. When I got up to pull my sheets on a bit further, I noticed something that would scar me for life. There sat, at the end of my bedroom, was the teddy. My heart started beating normally again. I sat there staring at it for about a minute. When I needed to yawn, I closed my eyes. I opened them to see the teddy sitting closer to my bed. At this point I was really freaked out. I started to move back to the wall. I looked around to see if there was any sign of anyone coming in. When I looked back to see the teddy on the end of my bed, I was so startled that I almost fainted from fear. When I blinked to see it had gone, I looked around. To my relief, I see no sign of it. I sat my head back down on my pillow, hoping for some sleep. When I opened my eyes, above my head, staring straight down at me, I screamed as it lunged down at me. I will never see it bear the same way again. A few years later, after years of horror, I burned it. I sat in enjoyment as the bear was turned to smoking ashes in my fireplace. I have lived my teenage life through adolescence. The only thing I could remember that was in any way similar to my bad experience was when I watched Trainspotting. That fucking baby scene shocked me so badly, but other than that all was well. I am now 19 and I am about to move into my new home. I had been given the keys to the house and was ready to set up my furniture. After hours of carrying, I carried the final box from the removal truck into the front door and shut the door behind me. I turned to go in the kitchen and put it on the table. I opened it to see a cabinet. I took it out, walked into my new living room and placed it in the corner. I stared at it and thought to myself, I don't remember packing this cabinet. But I didn't really care that much as I just moved into my new home. I walked back into the kitchen to grab my television and brought it into the living room when I saw it. The teddy. It just sat there staring at me.